Hey y'all, welcome back to another Mask Monday. I'm really excited for this one because we're going to talk about my favorite kind of masks, which are originals. We have 3 really cool original masks from Trick or Treat Studios, so let's jump in and take a look at Necrodome. Okay, so as I said, this mask is called Necrodome. It was sculpted and designed by Bailey Casillas. Bailey is Justin Mabry's technical assistant. She makes all of his molds for him and does a whole lot of other stuff for him. And she's an amazing mold maker and an awesome sculptor in her own right. This is the first mask that has been mass produced from her. So it's the first one that she's licensed to Trick or Treat Studios, and it came out really awesome. It's obviously mostly like a skull. When you look at it, you see the skull. Then if you look closely, there's all these patches of hair, and then they're glued on top of these really nasty, rotted, lumpy patches of skin. So it's kind of like it's a skull that's just been like skinned. And then that's why it's all red and bloody, because there's these like the blood dripping from all the nasty patches of skin, and then the whole skull in general is like pretty pink. I really love this sculpt so much that I want to paint my own version of it, and I think when I do, I'm going to keep all this hair, so I'll probably just take all these little patches of hair off and save them, and then repaint it and then put the same hair back on. The quality of this mask is really good. I just personally would like more of a bone color. And then for the skin, I would do this blood dripping off of it again, and then pooling up in those deep areas like the nose and like the teeth area here where there's a lot of blood. I think that looks really cool. So maybe I'll do that in the future. But for now, I'm really happy to finally have this mask. I was waiting for it to come out for a long time. I think it's really cool that Bailey finally got her own mask. And again, I think that this was a perfect one to go with. She did a really good job with the sculpture and designing the paint job as well. So that's gonna pretty much do it for the Necrodome mask. So let's take a look at another original, Vertigo. Okay, so this mask is called Vertigo. It was sculpted and designed by Mike McCosh, who works on American Horror Story as a makeup effects person and creature designer. I think when you see this mask, it makes a lot of sense. This could easily be a character from that show. But it's not a character from the show, it's just an original design that he came up with. It is super creepy, very weird, very out there and outlandish, but like makes sense. He's got 3 sets of eyes, 3 noses, 3 sets of ears, and 2 mouths. And he's kind of has like a clown makeup kind of deal where there's a skin tone, and if you look at his ears and all that, under the white, there's this like skin tone, but then I think it's like a stippled white on top of that skin tone, and then it's all faded by the mouth and the cheeks are kind of like rosy, and also the eyelids are white, which is just really weird and makes the mask pop really well. It's not an easy mask to make. Again, with those 3 sets of eyes, they all have eyelashes glued onto them, so that's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 like individual glued on eyelashes, and so that's pretty weird, and again, it really brings the mask together and adds to the creepiness of it. Most masks don't even have eyelashes, and this one, he's got 6 pairs of eyelashes. The paint job they did on these is really cool, and once again, I've talked about it before where I like when they incorporate like real clothing into masks, and this one you get 2 individual pieces. You have this hat that comes on and off, and then also this is a hood, and it goes around his whole face from the chin, and then it has these holes cut to expose his 3 sets of ears. And yeah, very creepy. It's probably the creepiest mask in the store right now, and I know that it's Philip's favorite mask that we have. He just, usually we get the masks in, he's like, oh cool, but this one he's really into and really likes. He likes the creepy stuff. So anyways, great sculpt by Mike McCosh, and Trick or Treat Studios did an awesome job pulling everything together, and for mass production, this is like not an easy mask to make. I'm sure it takes a lot more time than most of their masks. So they did a good job on that one. Let's take a look at the gruesome toothsome. Okay, this is gruesome toothsome. This was sculpted and designed by Christopher Gallagher, originally as a mascot for his company Bitemares. Christopher Gallagher is a makeup effects person and creature designer, and he's also sculpted some other masks for Trick or Treat Studios. But in addition to all that, he has a company called Bitemares, and they make like monster teeth appliances that Trick or Treat Studios also mass produces. So if you're familiar with the company, you've probably seen those teeth. Those are designed by Christopher Gallagher, and he made this guy as basically a mascot to that company. And for obvious reasons, I think the first thing that anyone notices when they look at this mask are going to be his like really pointy, creepy teeth that are sticking out of his lips. And he's like a scary character, but really he's more just like this like fun, weird, creepy guy that really sticks out on the wall against all the other masks. My favorite part about the mask is the hair. I love this comb over that they have going here, and then if you see the back of the head, he's got a huge bald spot with these like nasty skin wrinkles in the bald spot, and then just this comb over kind of starts at the top mid half of his head and goes over. So he has like this big bald spot here and this big bald spot here, and the hair isn't just black; it's got these white streaks in it. And then my favorite part about the paint job is the veins and the liver spots. It's a pretty simple paint job. It's mostly just like one skin tone, but then they went in with the brown. They did a lot of undertones to make those details come out, and like around his lip and his nose and his eyelids. And then I think probably with that same color brown, they went around and they gave him a bunch of these liver spots. And then there's also these like really thin, squiggly blue veins like throughout the whole mask. And he's got sideburns too, and it's just a really fun, creepy kind of vampire ogre, this silly guy. And then he has this big like hook smush nose, and his eyes are just like really funny. And then in addition to all that, it's got sculpted in eyebrows, which I think was a cool touch. It's got really big bushy eyebrows. And so Trick or Treat Studios did an awesome job of replicating that original prototype paint up that Chris did. And so I'm really happy that this one finally came out. So 3 really cool original designs for Trick or Treat Studios. I love masks that are made just to be masks. And so these are some really good examples of them. So I think that'll do it. All right, that's going to do it for this week's Mask Monday. I hope you enjoyed these 3 really cool original masks from Trick or Treat Studios. They're all cool, different characters that I enjoy a lot. Let me know which one of these is your favorite. Also, tell me in the comments what other sculptors you'd like to see create cool original monsters for Trick or Treat Studios. I know I can think of a whole bunch. Like, share, subscribe, visit us at nightmaretoys.com, and we'll see you next week for another Mask Monday.